comic books, movies, TV, and more. Nerds are everywhere. It's time to assemble! It's Nerds United.
Oh, and welcome to a brand new Nerds United here on Facebook and YouTube. So glad to see you. We have certainly missed you. I'm your host, Greg Mahochko, and joining me, the co-host of the year, Mike Luther. Hello, Mike.
Well, hello, kind sir. How are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you, sir?
I would be better if I could actually open this bottle up, but apparently I don't know how bottle openers work.
Oh, what type of bottle is it?
I got from Breckenridge Brewery. I got a vanilla porter.
Very nice.
It looked good, and I almost said I want to try it on the podcast. So here we go.
I think my only thing with like porters and other dark beers is I find it to be more of like a wintry type.
Yeah, it's not bad though.
No, okay,
it's fine.
I've got to get you some of that Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Vanilla Cream Ale though.
Yes,
dude.
Yes.
Next time I'm going to be in town. I'm going to be in your town on Tuesday, so I'll see if I can't drop you some by.
Sweet.
So, how have you been? It's been a couple of weeks.
Yeah, no, I've been fine. You know, nothing too crazy around here. I'm trying to think if I have any cool stories. I probably do, and I forget them all. Or I don't have any cool stories because life is just life, and that's good.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah,
perfect.
Yeah.
Hey, you're here. You're healthy by all appearances.
Well, yeah.
You look fantastic as always.
Thank you. I tried.
I mean, my goodness. When I told the AI machine to do its thing, and of course I don't know where the actual damn picture went. But anyway, the AI machine made you look.
It always does, and I'm like, I wish I looked like that.
All the way down to the Captain America shirt, which I think you have had one of those before.
I 100% have had at least 2 Captain America shirts.
There you go.
Yeah,
not one but 2.
Yeah.
Why do anything half-assed? That's what I say.
I used to have a lot. I mean, I still do have some kind of nerdy shirts. A lot of nerdy shirts for anybody that's listening. That's like, Mike, you have a lot of. That's all you have. I used to have a ton more.
Used to be way more obnoxious, but no, I'm kidding.
Yeah, exactly.
No. Here we go. I apologize. I hadn't saved it into a file that would appear on the show. So let me throw this up here again. Just so gosh darn tickled by how good we look when AI comes to play. Oh, that's right. Here we go.
And one day people will see what you're talking about.
No, they're seeing it. I tell you. Hey, you know what? Fred's here. Hey, Fred, how are you? Look at that. Look at that dynamic duo. Copyright pending. So,
man,
I look.
Am I wearing a backpack?
No, I think it's like your shield because you're Captain America.
Okay, that's fair.
And I'm more like Thor,
obviously.
Which I have totally been confused or for Thor
all the time.
All the time. It's people see me and they like, hey, you look familiar.
By the way, I wish my beard was that dark. You know what I realized? My mom's told me this before, that when she watches, she's one of the 2 people to watch.
Thank you. Hello, Mike's mom.
Yes, she always thinks I just have a goatee because I do have a beard. It's just gray here and here. So it looks like I just have the Greg Mahochko.
I like that. I like that. That's what we're calling it now. Yeah. Not the Stone Cold Steve Austin.
No.
Or the Goldberg. It's the Greg Mahochko.
It's Greg Mahochko.
So I have to tell AI that I have a brown goatee that is graying. You know what? I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna. Fred says that my AI Greg's superpower is luxurious hair. So
yeah.
The thing is, I couldn't handle my hair that long anymore. Like when we were on vacation last week, I actually went to a barbershop and got a cut.
Okay.
Got a cut, got a beard trim, I dropped off Ashley, Garrett, and Robert at there's a chain store out east called Meyer. Now it was
I know about Meyer.
Oh, okay. So but it was sold to me as a mix, like if Costco and Walmart had a baby, and the greatest store ever. And so I went in there with a lot of excitement, and then I was like, it's a pretty nice sized Walmart.
Yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to get excited about a department store or a retail store. It's just no matter what.
I went in there with some hype though, but Matt went to the barbershop with me, and which was he didn't get a haircut because he needed one more than I did. But he just sat there in the chair watching Mickey Mouse on my phone, and I had a very relaxing time. And in fact, the person who was cutting my hair, the barber, they're like, "Oh, is that okay? Did I get you?" I was like, I've been on vacation with my family for 4 days now. This is the most relaxed I have ever been. You could take that straight razor and, what is the demon barber from Fleet Street? But I can't think of
Todd Sweeney. Sweeney Todd.
Sweeney Todd. Yeah. Good kudos to you.
Thank you.
I like you. You could almost Sweeney Todd me, and I'd still be more relaxed than I have been for the previous 4 days.
So this does not surprise me at all. But you aren't a huge fan of family vacations.
I wouldn't say that. It's just
it's stressful.
It's stressful.
Okay.
And we drove, which is less stressful, trust me, than flying.
Okay, fair. Yeah.
But like when you stay in a hotel, when it's time for the youngest to go to bed, it's time for everybody to go to bed.
Yes, yeah. Yeah.
And that's just like, it's 8:30 and I'm wide awake.
Right, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So
yeah, because they probably have pretty early bedtimes, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, on vacation, we were pretty relaxed, I'd say, about that. Or because we had done exciting things during the day and then they'd fall asleep on the way back to the hotel. Then they'd be like this, bouncing around like lunatics till 9:30 or 10 o'clock. But because the trip was capped off with a weekend with my work, I mean, that was the genesis of why we all went that way anyway. On Friday and Saturday night, I did go down to the bar and meet up with some of the gang. So we made it work. And then, although on Friday night when I got back to my room or the room at 10:45, everybody was still awake. And
okay.
This is now. Granted, it was only 9:45 Central, but still, like, this is going to be an interesting night.
Yeah. So let me ask you. So when it's summertime, because obviously it's summertime now, do your kids have summertime like bedtime? Like, is it a little bit later than school time, or is it the same?
Twins, especially, is pretty well the same because they still got to get up and go to daycare with my wife.
Okay. What about Garrett?
He, it's Friday, so it's a bad example, but like, he's still up now. But he's upstairs. Yeah. I'd say maybe like 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
So nothing.
Nothing bad.
No.
Because I was wondering about the transition from summertime to school.
It's more about like making sure that a certain someone can get his butt up out of bed and get ready to go in the morning.
Yeah.
And so if we have to adjust, if he's struggling to do that and we have to adjust bedtime, if he's dragging, I was like, all right, I guess you're going to have to go to bed earlier tonight. Oh,
yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
So a lot of that's on him. So, but anyway, we've had 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Did you acquire anything or read anything?
I have not. Well, I've been reading, but just regular books, not even comic books. I know. That's so weird. They don't even have pictures or anything. I'm like, I keep looking for them. Like, this is weird. I have one at the library I got to get still, but I didn't pick it up today. So not really. No, except besides regular books. Oh, just to try something new. Look good.
I tried to.
You tried to read
on vacation.
Okay.
And I just found myself. I was like, I'm tired. Like
Yeah.
we had a pretty action packed vacation. Like long days at the zoo or the Children's Museum. There's an amusement park out between Dayton and Cincinnati called Kings Island. We spent 7 hours there.
I know about Kings Island.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll say this though: if you're out in the Dayton area, and Fred, who's here watching, he heard this story last night on the 5 Heart podcast. But there's the National Museum of the United States Air Force.
Okay.
And we got into that as a family of 5 for a total of $25.
All right.
A suggested donation. Like, we don't charge admission. If you want to make a suggested donation, here's it is. I was like, all right. I mean, I'd give you more, but everybody else is getting me for $30 to $35 a ticket, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and so we were in there for hours because they had like 6 hangars of aviation history, from the Wright brothers and learning how to, because, it's Americans, right? We invent something. Oh, how can we turn it into a weapon? Where can we put the gun? Yep. So, like seeing a mock-up or a model of the early kind of like, I don't want to say Gatling guns, but some type of early machine gun on those early Wright brothers airplanes all the way through all the wars and not like a Space Force, but like they did have kind of a mock-up of a space shuttle that you could kind of walk up, and so that was fun. We had fun.
Right.
And for $25, it was well worth it.
Okay. Did everybody have fun? Because I could see you having fun with that. Or the kids and Ashley were like, oh, okay, yeah.
So they had these strollers, like double strollers that were, one in front of the other.
Right. Yeah.
And the twins would already like, I want this chair. No, I want that. But they had so much. Daddy, look at that plane. So I mean, they didn't read as many of the plaques. Obviously, there are 3.
I'm not expecting that.
They enjoyed seeing, all the planes and things like that.
Excellent.
So
perfect.
Everything from, like I said, the World War I to, like the B-52 bombers, the B-2, the stealth. I mean, just this is going to be fun for this audience. The Blackbird, like from X-Men.
Yeah,
I mean, not the one that the X-Men use.
The
obviously,
one that X-Men
that's in New York, obviously. But the Blackbird was there, and again, how I don't remember, but how it can make that cross-continental flight in such a short time because it goes high. You got to wear essentially almost a spacesuit to pilot it. So, but no, it was a good time. Real good trip. Everybody had a good time. Everybody slept well when we got back to our own beds for that first night. And
I'm sure.
Yeah. So, but I didn't read anything.
That's all right.
I did watch some stuff this week. Did you watch anything, Mike?
I watched all of Cobra Kai Part 1.
So did I.
I finished The Boys.
So did I.
I've not even touched Acolyte yet, even though everyone's telling me it's good.
Who's telling you that?
You.
Who's lying to you, Mike?
You told me it was your favorite Star Wars series. You said something about, I wish more Star Wars was like this. Which I was like, okay. I mean, I'll check it out for you. What else have I?
You're making me change my name with that stuff. If you're a beard pool, I'm going to be Gregorine.
Okay. Nice.
Fred says, "Who's everyone?" Mike must have imaginary friends. I mean, he does, but don't.
I do, and they agree that I'm awesome.
I mean, I'm not imaginary. I don't really think. No, I'm not imaginary. I say you're awesome. So
thank you. Besides that, I don't know what else I watched. I think that might be it. I don't watch that much TV, surprisingly. I mean, a lot more than other people, I guess. Who knows?
Yeah. So I don't know if we talked about that. Did we talk about the 2 Godzilla movies?
Yes.
Last show? Okay. So I can check that off the list. I know we didn't talk about this. This is a movie that came out a couple of years ago, and I said this looks phenomenal at the time, but never watched it because, and I believe oh crap. I think it's on Peacock.
Okay.
2022's Nicolas Cage, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
With Pedro Pascal, right?
With Pedro Pascal.
Okay.
I watched that, and it wasn't what I was expecting as far as like the trailers make you think one thing.
Yeah.
And then you find out that, that was a nice teaser. That was a nice,
okay.
Let's bring you more.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the heck out of that movie. Like I did. It was fun. It was cheesy. It was campy. You could eat some popcorn, but it was just a fun movie. And that's what we need more of.
And you said it's on the cock?
Peacock.
Yeah, that's the nickname for it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I'm hip to all the youngster.
Whenever you're at home, just if you want to watch something on that streaming service, and your wife's around, just be like, hey, Ashley, check out the cock.
Yeah.
And then point at the TV, and then
of course.
if she's interested, then she'll watch it with you. I figure that's a good date night thing or something.
Wait. What if I? No, never mind. I'm not gonna. I don't know how to answer or ask that question. We're just gonna move on. So that was an enjoyable movie. I also watched this week, became available I think on Monday on Netflix, and that is Ghostbusters: Frozen Empire. Which
I have. Did you ever see that Didn't you see that in the theaters?
I did not.
Not okay.
So we can talk about it now.
Sure. 7 months afterwards. Yes, let's talk about it.
No, because it was like been 3 months or 4 months. It was out in March, I think.
I think it came out in 2021, I believe.
That's a lie.
No. Okay, so you watched it. Okay, which is good. What did you think about it?
Again, I enjoyed the heck out of it. I mean, I
compare it to Ghostbusters Afterlife. Or is that the other one? The one that came right before it.
I think I like this one just a little bit more.
Okay.
And that's not if the only reason being had less Gozer and Zool, for lack of a better term, might have been like less of a remake of the original Ghostbusters and more original story. And I kind of liked that like the death freeze or being scared to death type of angle to it. So I don't know. Am I wrong? I feel like you're about to tell me I'm wrong.
No, it's perfectly fine to like it. I liked not answer the call. Jeez, that would have been a bad one. I liked Afterlife slightly more. Person I went with, I think she said that she liked this one, the second one, a little bit more. I think I can't remember because it was so long ago.
It wasn't that long.
I don't even remember who was in it, to be honest.
March 22nd. So it was.
Yeah.
It was honestly
back in old March.
It was 4 months to the day, March 22nd to July 22nd.
You know how much life has been lived since March? I don't even remember that. I can't even tell you how old March Michael was doing. Who knows?
March Mike was probably sitting here about this time doing this same show and making fun of me.
Yeah, could be. So, yeah.
As for Fred, he liked Afterlife and didn't see Frozen Empire as he heard it was not as good as Afterlife. So
can we just pause something here? Can we say something here real quick? This is a monumental moment.
He liked something.
Fred liked something. What? Hello.
Didn't have that on your 2024 bingo card, did you, Mike?
Oh, let me cross that one off. Hold on.
Get that free space, and you're almost there. All right, so I watched that. I almost made a list of things that I watched, but why would I be? We've been watching a lot of Looney Tunes in the house lately.
Yeah. Look, I love Looney Tunes.
On Max.
On Max? Okay. It's not on the cock?
No.
Okay.
Sorry to disappoint you. You can't stare at the cock all day.
Beggars can't be choosers, I guess.
we obviously with the age of our children, we've been kind of Disney Plus, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, Funhouse, a lot of Spidey and His Amazing Friends, and I don't want to say shifting. I mean, I'm purposely shifting away from that because I'm very burnt out on those episodes. Yeah. And here's the great thing about Looney Tunes: you get hundreds of them.
Oh yeah,
like I think on Max, from the old stuff that goes back to like the black and whites to probably stuff through the 60s. I think it breaks it down into like 20 seasons, and each one probably has 30 to 40 little cartoons in it. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna take a little. So I got the twins from daycare today, and I said, we'll go home, we'll get some fruit snacks, and we'll watch some Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny, yeah. I was like, all right.
Now, do you watch it, and are you like, is it a little like, ooh, they definitely can't do this in 2024?
No.
Okay. Would other people think that?
I mean,
by the way, I love Looney Tunes, so I'm not saying that it's wrong.
I know when they revamped, rebooted, brought back Looney Tunes a few years ago, they're like, and we're not going to like Elmer Fudd and Yosemite Sam, they're not going to have guns, and only axes and shovels and things like that.
Like, axes might be worse.
Yeah, but
they only have saw blades and axes and dynamite.
I don't. Again, I'm not overly sensitive to that stuff, so I don't.
Well, yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. In watching, like, because they're not. I feel like maybe some of the early stuff has a few more cartoons that might be a little bit more like racially stereotypical,
and they might not put that on too.
That's true. That's true. And just how they kind of drew, gotta remember this is, a lot of it was World War II, so how they drew Japanese.
Yes, that's what I'm talking. Yeah,
or like black people. I mean, a lot of them were very wrong. But again, I haven't seen those, so
okay.
I think they, Max has done a good job of
weeding those out. Yeah,
and we've been just kind of enjoying like the Bugs Bunny, Daffy Ducks, and
and like
I'll be honest with you, like I'm enjoying Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner more now than I ever did as a kid.
Okay, yeah. You know what? Because as a kid, I was a fan. They weren't my number one though, or two, or probably 3 or 4.
If I had the ability as a child to fast forward, I would fast forward through every Wile E. Coyote Roadrunner.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
but I don't do that now. I just, hey man, it's cool. Let's see. All right. Josh has the games, but he should be here watching us. I'm not going to respond to this message. It'd be very rude to message him back while doing a show with you. So moving on from that, let's talk about The Boys, Mike.
Let's do it.
Overall, like, look, I'm not going to get too much into, I know I messaged you at the outset when we got home for vacation, and I was like, oh yeah, they have a disclaimer at the beginning of this episode because some stuff had happened in the real world, and we're like, this is just goofy shit,
Yeah.
But I watched them. I know that the showrunner Eric Kripke, I believe, had said, like, you don't know that the Homelander's the poster child for the Republican Party, and I don't need it that much in my face. I'm perfectly okay with subtlety. So there are aspects of this season that are like, all right, that's too much. But the way that they wrapped up the season, I didn't see a lot of those bits coming. So
Yeah, I didn't either. So here my thing about for the political stuff about it, I'm completely fine with. Just I think some of it's funny, but that's me. Um, I think I enjoyed this season. However, I think this season was simply a let's get to the last season. I think once because season 5 is going to be their final season. They've said.
Did I hear something where, and I don't know if I saw this in an article or a comment section or something, but like, yeah, the similar season 4 to get to season 5 and then the movie. Are they doing a boys movie?
I haven't heard that.
Okay.
I mean, it could be, but I don't know how good that. I don't know. I don't know how good that would do. To be honest with you,
it'd have to be. I mean, realistically, what's the point? You know,
yeah,
like you're doing so much on the show. Like you have zero restrictions on the content.
Yeah.
You know, if you were going to try to put any one of these episodes into the theater, it get like an NC-17 rating.
A lot of them are,
yeah, maybe not all of them, but yeah, enough of them.
Most of a ton of them would, yeah,
right.
The ones that you would want in would get that, you know,
and like so instead of even doing a movie on Prime that's an hour and a half to 2 hours, like
2 hours,
extend the season by 2 episodes. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's not like Community, 6 seasons in a movie.
Right.
It's but let's talk about it.
The problem with a lot of because TV shows have done that before, where they turn it into a movie, and all it is, like you said, it's an extended episode, or it's 2 or 3 episodes put together, depending on how long the episodes are. So it doesn't really matter. I don't know if we want. I don't. We don't have to spoil it, but it's been out for a while. If you want to spoil it, you can. I don't care. Like I said, this season was set up simply. I feel simply to get to the last season. I'm wondering if at this point in time, like okay, I guess slight spoiler alert. Homeward, Homelander, Homeward Bound is not even in the movie. That's a separate movie, just so you guys know. Homelander doesn't die, which if you didn't kill him off in the first season or the second season, by the time the 4th season comes around and you only have one more season left, you got to wait till to season 5, because it would be very odd to have the big bad for 4 seasons or 3 seasons and then kill him off in the 4th and have set up something different in the 5th.
Yeah. And make no mistake, he is the big bad.
Yes. So they do kind of set up something I've seen in the comic books where I just saw a still of it where it's them taking over the White House and a bunch of superheroes flying around, the bad guys, but still flying around. And then we did get a teaser of
where they call them soups or enhanced.
Yeah.
Soup.
But yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. It was probably my least favorite season, maybe, but it's still great.
I like how they tied it in there at the end, where if you didn't watch Gen V, you wouldn't know what was going on in those last scenes when they had some of the students coming in and collecting up like the boys. So.
Yeah, you wouldn't. I mean, you would get an idea like, okay, these are helping capture the boys.
Yeah,
you wouldn't necessarily know what their powers were, but I wonder if that would get people interested in Gen V to go like, hey, who are these people? Hold on, let's check this out. Everyone,
go ahead.
I was going to say everyone noted too, and I didn't even notice it at first. Of I'm going to pronounce her name wrong. Kimiko, talking.
Yes, right at the very end.
They're screaming no.
And when she did, I about lost my marbles there. I was like, oh, of course, because it was that type of trauma, that we learned in her flashbacks of her story that caused her to, she internalized and stopped vocalizing. So it had to be something like that would get her to use her voice again. And then we got that end credit or mid credit scene that I think you actually gave me the heads up about with the return of Soldier Boy. And here's the problem. And it was just season 3, but I forgot what happened to Soldier Boy, like why he disappeared.
He and Maeve fell off of, like, she pushed him out of a building, if I remember correctly, and then landed, and I think she died, maybe. But
they are discussing, and of course, this is the week of San Diego Comic-Con, so we have a lot of things to discuss out of that. But they're discussing a spinoff, or maybe it's already in the works. That's going to be Soldier Boy and
Stormfront.
I was going to say Crimson Fear. I'm like, that's not right. I don't even know where that would be. But yeah, and it's going to be more of like a boys prequel, like a Vought prequel type of thing. So so that'd be fun. I mean, it's
apples.
Yeah. Do you think Richard Starr, is that who plays Homelander?
Anthony
Starr. Anthony. Somebody suggested him as like being part of the DCU. I don't know if it was Flash or Green Arrow. And he's like, is it just because we both have blonde hair?
Blonde hair, yeah.
Get real,
Yeah.
I don't want to be involved in something like that again.
Yeah, I've heard Reverse Flash he would be good for. I have heard the Green Arrow thing. I've heard Green Lantern, but nobody likes that character.
You saw me wearing a green shirt, and you had to say it, didn't you?
Yeah.
Jerk.
Yeah, I've heard him talk about, because he's an older fellow, I guess, that he just doesn't want to. I mean, not older, like probably like 40s, 50s. My guess is going to be 49.
Oh, you're so close.
What is it?
48.
48. Okay. And how he just doesn't want to like get in shape and stuff, and he's like, I'd just rather just sit on the couch or do those kind of roles.
But he is 49 in insurance years, because he has a birthday this October where he'll be 49. So you know what? I'm going to give it to you.
Okay. Perfect.
Here's the thing. I had no idea who Anthony Starr was.
Same.
Before this. But apparently he was in Without a Paddle.
Yes, I heard that. He was the guy or whatever.
He was the guy.
He played a guy in that movie.
Billy Newwood. I gotta put a face with it. Images. Oh, he was the friend who died. He was Billy.
Yes.
Okay, I had no idea.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well. That's all I had about the boys.
Okay.
I was surprised that they killed Spoiler.
Yes. I'm glad Spoiler got spoilered. Actually, one thing is, the boys adjacent, I guess. I had no idea that Kimiko was in Suicide Squad. The bad version.
Who? What?
Yeah. Okay, I'm glad you didn't know also.
I'm Googling right
now. I know you are. Yeah.
She was Karen Fukuhara.
Yes.
Karen. Who? Oh, okay. She was that character. I can't remember that character's name.
Is it Katana? Katarina?
I think so. I think it's Katana.
Billy?
No, I think it's Katana. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm dumb. Well, it's that half mask. So it throws you off.
Yeah.
Now she is only 32, so she potentially could be Green Arrow.
I think she should go for it.
So.
Yeah. Yes.
Josh is on the ball.
Yes.
Hi, Josh. Josh can't even remember if he's on season 2 or 3 of The Boys.
Well, start watching it and let us know. And put the kids around. It's family time. When the Boys is on, it's the whole family. Get them involved.
I will say this. I was disappointed. Again, it's been out for a week now, so I don't care. I was disappointed in the writer's treatment of Ryan at the end.
Okay.
Because he spent the whole season, I feel like, trying to get closer to Butcher.
Okay.
And then they gave him all this evidence of like Homelander's a real piece of shit. Like,
yeah.
Took down the plane. He's killed all these people. We'd really like for you to kind of come live with your Aunt Grace, I guess. And then he ends up pushing her with an extreme amount of super force.
Well,
and bad things happen. So
hey, he's half Homelander, so he's half evil, and people can help him as much as possible. But he's also that, I don't know if he's teenage. I don't know what age he's supposed to be, teenage or preteen age, but he's at the age of like just outbursts. But unfortunately, his outbursts kill people because when he gets angry and he like. If a regular, let's say he's 13.
He Hulk smashes.
Yeah, when a regular 13-year-old, if they push somebody, I mean, they're not going to throw them through a wall,
Unless it's Cobra Kai.
Well, yeah, that's different.
And then they're going to kick him off.
We'll talk about it in a bit, but yeah. I'm wondering what direction they're going to go for next. I think next season he's going to go full blown evil. Until the last 2 episodes. And then he's going to turn around, and he's not going to be the one that kills Homelander, but he's definitely going to help.
I think it was you that said, hey, heads up, in this mid-credit scene, like an old character comes back. And I thought, again, spoilers, sorry everybody, I thought it was going to be the OG Black Noir.
Oh,
and I thought it was going to be building back up to, bring that character back for how the comics finish up.
The clone, I don't think they're not going to do that.
No,
I think Kripke's even said, not that could change, obviously, but I think at this point in time, I don't even know if I want that.
Okay,
Hey
man, it's all good.
Hey, if they do it, though, I'll be shocked. I'll be like, oh, okay, nice.
Because current Black Noir, he's just not. I mean, I understand his purpose, but he's not getting it done for me.
He flies though.
That's kind of wicked.
Speaking of flying, did you finish Cobra Kai?
I did finish Cobra Kai. I watched it over just a couple of days. I mean, I got into it. I got into it. It flew for me.
Yes, same. Granted, it's only 5 episodes, but still.
Yeah, but there's almost 5 hours.
That's true. That's true.
Because it's probably what every bit of 45 minutes each episode.
Yes. Yeah.
So, again, I wish they weren't breaking it up into 3. Segments that now they're edging us.
Yes. And not in a good way.
Not in a fun way.
No.
I mean, maybe fun in February of 2025 or whenever the third part comes out. But man, no, it was really good. As it got on, I don't want to spoil because I know that not everybody's got as much free time as we do.
Here's one thing that I'll say, and I'm not okay. The one part that I didn't like is the guy, and I forget his name now, having to kill the snake or having to kill the cobra. And by the way, just so people know, you don't really know if that's a real thing that happened or a thing I just made up because it could have happened either way. If you know Cobra Kai,
Because that was in a dream sequence.
No, I'm saying like if you said, "Hey, tell me something that could have happened in Cobra Kai or something you just made up and that sounds ridiculous," it would be a guy goes into a cave and has to kill a cobra.
It's not dissimilar from Luke going into the cave and confronting, his fears in Empire Strikes Back.
Exactly. Also ridiculous.
What? No, because it was himself, man.
No. By the way, speaking of Star Wars, I was just at a Star Wars birthday party today.
Who had a Star Wars birthday?
One of my friend's kids.
Nice.
Yeah, friend's kid. Yeah. Had a Star Wars cake. Had a Star Wars banner.
Nice.
They did a Star Wars scavenger hunt to find some lightsabers.
Did you find one? Any?
I was not involved in the scavenger hunt, although I could have, because I knew where the end result was. I could have just ran there. No.
That would have been, while we're talking about like obtaining things and tying it into Cobra Kai, the challenge that they had as far as like the capture the flag type.
Oh, yeah.
To find out who's going to go to the
Sekatekaka.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, that would have been a fun game at any point in my life.
At any point in your life?
Yeah.
Yesterday, you would have liked to do that because you wouldn't be moving right now if you had to run around like that. I wouldn't.
No.
Any point prior to 25, let's say.
Okay. Well, yeah. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a little flag here, a little flag on the elbows and knees, and maybe one on the back hip. Let's karate our way through capture the flag. Did you like this? This is totally karate.
That's how I run karate right now. Oh.
And I took karate.
That's how you know. Those are black belt moves right there, sir.
That is. Oh, yeah. No, it flowed well. You got the. As a star, I was so hopeful. I was like, everything's there's peace in the valley, and the Cobra Kai, or not Cobra, I'm sorry, Eagle Fang Dojo and Miyagi Do, or everybody's going to get along and they're going to sing Kumbaya. Nothing can possibly go wrong until it went wrong.
Yeah.
Why can't? First of all, and I know we've talked about this on the show before, but where in the hell is karate this popular anywhere?
Here's the thing. I was going to say, this is, I say, by the way, if you're already into this season, you already know this, but if you're new to it, this is what I always say. You have to go into Cobra Kai, realize this is like a parallel universe where if you train karate for 2 weeks, you get your black belt. You're somehow a master at it. And two, not only does everybody do karate, but karate's cool.
And there's no football.
No, there's nothing.
There's no basketball.
It's just like you do karate, and people are like, "Oh my god, yeah, obviously you're doing karate." And you got into this karate thing 2 weeks ago, and now you're doing triple backflips and breaking 17 boards. Of course, that's how it is. So yeah, you just have to know that.
Well, there you go. For all you newbies out there.
Hey, that's a world I want to live in too, by the way.
Is it?
No
more football, only contact sports.
Exactly.
Actually, you probably would really enjoy that.
Yes.
Because you do like some UFC.
I do.
When's the next pay-per-view?
There's pay-per-view tomorrow. I'm not getting it, though.
Oh, why not?
They're expensive.
That they are.
Yeah.
Do you think they're going to work out a new deal? Are they part? And I don't know if you know this or not.
Mm-hmm.
Just with WWE getting that big deal with Netflix, is there going to be some UFC tie-in or
no? So they are. I don't know how to say it. It's like WWE and UFC are under the same ownership, called TKO group, but they run separate companies.
Okay,
I would love it if UFC adopted some of the stuff that WWE is doing as far as like the business side of like, you don't have to buy pay-per-views for WWE anymore. You haven't had to do that for years now.
What, like 10 years maybe?
10 years at least, I would say. I would much rather pay, I don't know, 10, I think for Peacock it's $10 $10 a month, and you get however many pay-per-views.
Right. Plus
I would
all the back, programming.
I would much rather do that than pay $80 for pay-per-view.
And how many UFC pay-per-views are there in a year? Is it
usually at least once a month?
Okay.
Yeah.
Because they're up to like UFC 305? I feel like it wasn't that long.
You're very close, actually. 304 is tomorrow.
Okay, yeah. I was going to say, I feel like it hadn't been that long. We were talking about UFC 300, so.
Yeah.
All right. So Cobra Kai, the next part comes out now that they're in Barcelona.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? October? November?
November.
Okay.
Yeah.
5 more episodes there, and then I believe February for the grand finale.
That sounds about right, yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for edging us along, Cobra Kai.
Yeah. Could they have just done it like a month between?
You would think. I'm sure they got everything filmed and ready to go.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing. They're just toying with us at this point, making us suffer. Speaking of suffering, Mike, it was announced about a week ago that it is unlikely that the Toxic Avenger remake will ever be released, at least in theaters. And you saw this coming a mile away.
Okay, first, yeah. If you know anything about the original Toxic Avenger, it's a type of a movie that's not made for theaters. It's not made for mainstream audiences at all. It is made for a very small group. It's made for the showing it at 2:00 in the morning. And
the quote unquote cult following.
Yeah. Unless they if they were doing something completely different, or they're like, okay, well, we're going to make this to where it can be in theaters, then they're not doing it. They're not honoring the original. I think from the very beginning, this isn't shocking. I think from the very beginning, they shouldn't have been expecting it to be in theaters, unless it was like, okay, we're going to show it in 5 theaters at a midnight screening. And I could see something like that, but it was never going to get a big distributor.
Or like Kevin Smith's Smod Castle Cinema or something like that.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, those little specialty niche types of things where like the director or writer or something would go out and do like a Q&A after.
Yeah. And here's the thing. It's funny that you mentioned Smod Castle, because I could see Kevin Smith having it there, because I think he's a fan of, I should probably be a fan of Toxic Avenger. I'm pretty sure he's a fan of Peter Dinklage. I could see him being like, yeah, if you want to show it here, let's go for it. It's,
I mean, I'm curious, but I like Peter Dinklage,
right?
But as an actor, so if it comes onto one of the streaming services, I'll give it the time.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, we all know I've probably watched worse.
It's Madam Web.
1.5 times.
Wow.
I watched it, and then I came home from work, and Ashley had it on, and I was like halfway, or maybe even 2/3 of the way done. So.
You didn't run and go no, and then jump in front of her to block it.
I didn't smack the remote out of her hand, saying, "No, don't do it." No, it is what it was. Oh, again. When your life is when we were in the hotels with the kids last week, it was like Nickelodeon for Paw Patrol and like Disney for Bluey and things like that, and that's all the options that they had. And it's like couldn't cast your streaming devices on from your phone onto the TVs. They weren't that smart TVs, so it was just a lot of the same stuff.
Yeah,
usually involved animated dogs. So
yeah.
All right. Well, we have some trailers, Mike, to talk about, because, as we said, it is San Diego Comic-Con time, and that means we have. Well, let's see. I know for a fact you watched the one trailer. Did you watch all the trailers that I put up earlier today?
No, because I know you put up a Ring of Power one, second season, and I never even saw the first season, so don't really care about that. I did watch Creature Commandos, the teaser for it. I figured I would like it, and I do.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what other one there was.
Oh, Joker, Folie
Oh, yeah. Also, I mean, you know my feelings on that. The musical.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to be as musically inclined as you think it may be. I think it's going to be more like.
I think it's going to be more.
You think it's going to be like all music all the time?
Yes. Here's the thing. I
just the standard dialogue they've been giving us in the trailers is just for it's the old bait and switch.
I think the dialogue in the trailers is the only actual dialogue you're going to hear. Here is the real thing about it, though. I think it's going to do absolutely amazing at the box office. And I think critically and commercially, it's going to be a huge success.
Mm-hmm.
Just based on how Joker was, which also I still haven't seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we talked about, like, I've seen it once, and I own it. Like, it's in my Prime Video.
That's right. You own it.
Catalog.
That's right. You own that Joker.
I can't get rid of it. But like, I've never had an interest in going back to watch it a second time. There's something about it. I don't know. We talked about it years ago when it came out. It's like, I don't know if we need to make that character a sympathetic character.
Yes, exactly.
So and so you didn't watch that one. You did not watch Rings of Power Season 2.
No.
Some of the comments I heard indicate that based on what their take or comments or pundits, whatever, the second season based on the trailer looks better than the first season. I didn't hate the first season.
Okay.
I think depending on how deep you tend to dive into Middle Earth, so to speak, it may be worth your time to give season 1 a jingle.
Okay, a little jingle jangle.
A little jingle jangle, because season 2 is coming, I think, here just within a couple of months.
Okay, yeah, probably.
Rings of Power Season 2. Like how prepared I am. August 29th. So in a month and 3 days. So, and now the rings are being distributed, and we're seeing them, and they are of power. They're made of power, these rings. So,
remember back in the day when San Diego Comic-Con was like a huge thing, whereas like that's the like you'd be like, this is the time where we would be getting this is the Fantastic Four trailers coming out now.
And my understanding is they had like the drones doing like they gave us a little image of Fantastic Four and Galactus and things like that.
Yeah.
I didn't see that. I did see the little drone presentation. It was the caption of the video was, after you walked out of Hall H for the Marvel panel, you look in the sky and it was however many drones, and it was Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh, okay.
And that was pretty crazy. Let's see, as we talk about some of the comments here. Fred says the best part of Rings of Power, or he said Rings of Dower, season 1 was the memes. Josh says one of the hardest times I ever laughed was when an old roommate of Greg and I's started riffing on an idea of a musical version of Silence of the Lambs, and had 2 or 3 song ideas he went into.
Now that sounds fun.
Trying to remember. I had to be Ryan. Was that Ryan, Josh? Confirm or deny in the comments. So let's talk about that Creature Commandos trailer. And you mentioned, San Diego Comic-Con used to be much bigger. But now Marvel does their own thing. DC, I think, does. I mean, especially in the pandemic, they started doing a thing with, I guess, The Rock, the Fandom.
Yeah,
I don't know if they still do that.
I don't think so, but they do. They have their own thing.
Yeah,
I forget what it's called, but
they have Ross. He said it was Ross. And then he says, so imagine how dirty the songs were. I'm going to say this. Ross will forever have a place in my heart, because Ross is the one who, as a reminder, painted this.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So.
Dang.
This, we first started talking about this when I lived up in Nebraska. So like 06 before I moved away. And when I saw Ross at Josh's 40th birthday party here a couple years back, I didn't jump into it first. I was like, hey, man, you know that picture you stole me? But, as we joked around, I was like, hey, man, you know that picture we talked about? He's like, dude, I forgot all about that. So
I like how you have it just like sitting somewhere because you were clearly like, hey, check out this masterpiece.
it is honestly right here by my desk for the eventuality of someday maybe I'll put a hookup or something and hang it.
Probably a good idea. Or put it in your bedroom.
I don't know if the bedroom's a spot for it. Josh says that his house has no fewer than 10 Ross paintings. So,
all right. I like this Ross guy.
And they're all paintings that Ross did of Ross from Friends.
I would assume they are paintings of best friend of the show, Josh, in different attire. Or none.
No.
He didn't. I'm waiting on best friend of the show, Josh, answer. He's not saying no to it.
So, Creature Commandos, we knew was going to be the first. That was going to be the launching point for the James Gunn DCU, and we knew that it was obviously would he said from the beginning, from the TV to the animated to the movies, everything's going to kind of be in there, which makes a ton of sense because when you hear, when you watch the trailer and you hear the voice, it is 100%. The same voice was it Viola Davis? Davis.
Yeah.
So, they're using some of the same people from the live action world that they've already started kind of fleshing out, no pun intended, with like Peacemaker. So,
oh yeah, yeah. I forgot when it said it was coming out, or did it say it was coming out? It's not till 2025, right?
I just had it. Where the hell did it go?
Oh, that's all right.
It is. It says 2024.
2024. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think he said the first official movie was Superman.
Superman, right? Which is 2025.
Yeah.
But again, I'm looking for a launch date for this or a release date. And, I'm probably not going to find one relatively quickly because why would anything work that conveniently for old Greg?
That's all right. What else we got?
We've got, as far as trailers, that's the only one that I had.
Okay.
Or the only 3 that I had. I don't know if there's more, anything that you picked up.
I don't think so. Did you want to talk? I guess we should do spoiler free.
Absolutely.
Which means we can't really talk about too much about it. But we both saw Deadpool and Wolverine, not together, although that would have been fine. Me and Nolan saw it Thursday night at 9:30, and you saw it Friday sometime.
I was there Friday or this morning at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
10 o'clock. And you know what? I understand that there's going to be 20 minutes or so of trailers, but and they have commercial obligations, and they have advertising obligations. But at 10 o'clock, I want the trailers to begin. Don't give me another 7 minutes of the same commercials that I've just been sitting through. Let's get this ball rolling. I had to go back to work.
So mine probably very similar to yours. And by the way, I like trailers. I used to love going into the movies and watching the trailers, and I could have watched an hour worth of trailers. Here's the problem. Back in the day, that's the only way you would see the trailers.
Right.
So it would all be a surprise. None of the trailers were a surprise because obviously we can see it on YouTube and stuff. But there were a half hour worth of trailers to where like I actually got to the point of I was like, wow, another one. Okay. And then of course it was like, yeah, no, I've seen this one 5 times on YouTube. Okay.
Did you have a Red Band trailer?
Yes. And I forgot what for.
Alien Romulus?
Yes.
So I'll say this, to Deadpool's credit, he draws in an audience across all demographics.
It's true.
At the 10 o'clock showing this morning, there was a couple that, now there were only, again, it was 10 o'clock. If there were 20 people there, that'd be a lot. But there was a couple there that had to be in their 70s. Like they looked older than my parents. And at the same time, there was a dad there with his son who was probably 10.
Eesh.
And I was like, have you ever seen a Deadpool movie before?
Yeah, I would not recommend a 10-year-old to go to it.
Like, I don't think like it might be 10 years before I let Garrett watch it, if he's even interested. He's not as interested in superheroes and stuff, so
yeah,
it'll be 15 years before I let Robin go watch it. But I enjoyed. I'm not going to get into any cameos or anything like that.
If there are any, we don't even know. Who knows? Maybe there's none.
Pump the brakes there, Big Shoots. I was genuinely surprised by several of them because we had talked about, when they had that first trailer, the Ant-Man scene with all the previous X people, X-Men, but like Toad and whatnot in there. So we had that, but there were so many cameos. Full disclosure, again, I don't think this is a surprise to you, but anybody watching or listening, that's the only trailer that I ever watched for Deadpool and Wolverine. Yeah. And every time, especially as we got closer, it's another TV spot and it pops up on, where I'm like, no, moving. Yeah. And then you got to watch like watch out for the comic news sites or pop culture news sites. And they're like, spoiler, rumored to be, or spotted in this news, TV spot, but they have the picture of it right there. I'm like,
I had one thing get spoiled as I was scrolling through TikTok before, and I luckily it was like a 1 second thing, but I wish I would have seen that. And then before the movie started, I went on Google and because I want to see how many post credit scenes are. So all I put is, are there post credit scenes for Deadpool and Wolverine? The first thing that popped up was what Blank's cameo will say at the end of Deadpool means. And I'm like, and they said the name and everything.
Yeah, of course they did.
So, but okay,
so I'll say this: it was really weird that end credit scene to have like Soldier Boy there.
Yes,
because I thought he was in The Boys.
It's a crossover.
Jensen Ackles show.
It's a crossover they're doing. So I'm in for it. Here's I don't think it spoils anything, but I will say one thing that I love about Deadpool is that they can take a song that I would not think is a fight song and turn it into an amazing action scene. Yep. They did it with Dolly Parton's 9 to 5 in the last one. And they might have topped it with this one.
Was that the Madonna?
Nope. NSYNC.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Yeah. That's right. Oh, that was great.
Where you have him fighting. And again, I'm not going to spoil anything because Deadpool fights in the movie. You have him fighting and doing the dance.
Here's the thing. As talented as Ryan Reynolds is, I have a feeling that, and I'll be honest with you, I don't know how much of the action he's doing under the hood anyway.
Yeah.
But I bet you they had a dancer doing the dance part.
I would think so too. But also, would it surprise you though if they didn't? If you saw him,
if he learned the choreography,
yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised at all.
No, not in the least bit. So I asked Nolan this too. Like, how would you rank this? Rank the Deadpool's best to worst.
Oh, you want me to do that?
Yeah. Yes, and then I'll tell you mine.
That's tough because this isn't a pure Deadpool movie.
Well, neither was the other one, so Deadpool and Cable and Fire
Fist.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh dang. I'd probably do the first one, this one, and then Deadpool 2.
You are correct. 1, 3, 2. That is the correct answer. Yes.
I didn't know that. I didn't know I was being quizzed on this.
You passed. Yes. Good job.
All right. Does that get my ACT up enough to get into a better college to teach?
Absolutely. You can now get into SWIC.
I don't want. I already got my associates. Not to, Josh says, in the first one is Deadpool and Colossus. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that.
I think he's right. Deadpool and Colossus. Yeah.
I feel like he did more with Dopinder than Colossus. So the first one was a love story.
Yeah.
The second one was a family story.
Yep.
I guess this is like a buddy cop story.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Makes you wonder what they'll do with the next one.
Yeah.
If there is a next one, because we don't know what happens in the end.
You know what? One thing I didn't notice, but and maybe they're not doing it anymore, but for Marvel movies, it used to say like Thor will return or something like that. Right. You know? I didn't see that.
Which is interesting because some of the things we learned in the TVA.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Oddly enough, I thoroughly, I was concerned because I didn't sleep real well last night, and I have a propensity for just nodding off when I'm comfortable. I did not fall asleep in the theater today.
Are you sure you didn't? Because maybe you fell asleep and you just missed a ton of it. I've done that before. I had
eaten. Here's the thing: I was there so early. I had eaten my entire medium popcorn before the trailer.
Oh yeah.
Or no, I'm sorry, not before the trailer, before the movie. I was munching on during some of the trailers.
Yeah.
Then you realize that you're getting down to like the noisy part of the bucket, and one trailer ends, and it's just quiet while like this trailer has been approved.
Yeah.
Some audiences, and the whole theater's quiet, and then they're like that's ruffling around the bucket. I'm like, I'm gonna wait till that sound comes back on again.
Yeah.
But I mentioned to you that I pulled up my bank account I was looking for something else. And what I paid for the ticket and what I paid for the popcorn and the 20-ounce bottle of water, over $27, and just me.
Yeah.
This is almost not sustainable anymore.
I'm sure I paid because I got my ticket, Nolan's ticket. I got nachos. I think he didn't want any candy. He got his own soda. But still, yeah. So yeah, they get expensive. Which is why, like going to the movies all the time.
Right. We do it. I mean, realistically, it's for the event ones like this.
Yes.
I'm not, no offense, I'm not going for the latest rom-com.
No, not at all.
Although if my wife said, hey, let's go to that movie, I'm like, all right, let's go.
It's understandable, yeah.
But I'm not seeking those
out. No. So I say we do spoilers next week.
We better respect the wishes of Mr. Ryan Reynolds and wait, because I know Josh won't have seen the movie by then.
Okay, so like I said, because next week will be past the weekend, and then so we can do spoilers next week.
All right, what he's saying, Josh, is get your ass to the theater. Spend 2.5 hours alone time with you, Ryan, and Hugh.
Yeah.
Watch the movie so that we can actually talk about it properly next week.
Or you don't have to and just listen to us talk about it. If that's easier for you, we'll just tell you all about it.
Josh says, I'm hoping I get there sometime.
That's understandable. All right, last thing we got our I don't know how you did it this time. Did you? Because I only gave you 10.
I did 10 and 10.
10 and 10. Are we doing it like we did the barbecue, or we go back and forth?
No, we'll do like we usually do. I'll put your selections up that I have to choose from.
So how many? Because normally we do.
Let's do 4.
Like 4? Okay, that works.
All right.
Okay.
4 out of 10 is almost equal to 5 out of 15.
Yeah, I don't understand math either.
It's actually more percentage-wise. It's 40% versus 33.3.
Exactly.
So this time around, we didn't. Last episode, we said, we got 2 weeks to figure it out. And so Mike figured it out like 2 days ago.
Yeah, and don't even ask me how. I was probably hungry. Side dishes. That'd be good.
Josh says that we can do the spoilers next week on the show. if we get costumes and we reenact it.
Deal.
So, and Fred says, if only this channel was monetized, he'd pay $1 to watch that. Well, you got to tell people to get us up to however many subscribers we need. 100? I don't even know.
Probably 1,000. Way more than we ever will have.
Way more.
Way more.
Yeah. So this time around, we've done tremendous proteins, entrees, the main courses, so to speak. We're doing side dishes. And I'm super excited for it because Mike took all the good ones.
Here's the thing. I always leave. There was some I wanted to put on there. I'm like, I want to see if Greg gets this on, and I'll even tell you once I see your list if you had some of the side dishes.
Josh says, "Got to go scrape a boat in the rain. Have a good night." Josh, why don't you just wait? Like we're almost done.
That sounds like a weird euphemism that I don't understand. That's like a Nebraska thing, I guess. I don't know. Got to go scrape a boat in the rain, if you know what I mean. And
so, do you want your selections first?
Put my selections up.
Okay. All right.
You got to pick 4.
I will pick 4. Here we go.
All right. So we have twice baked potatoes, baked beans, baby carrots, corn on the cob, stuffing. That's grilled squash, green bean casserole, cornbread, croissants, and fries.
I only got to pick 4.
Yeah.
The problem is I would crush everything on there except for 1.
Okay.
Would you like to guess which one?
Squash.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm surprised. I don't mind squash, and I'm not a big vegetable fan.
So, all right. If I can only keep 4, that honestly enough, the toughest part is going to be: do I keep cornbread or croissants? Because I don't want to double up on the carbs. I don't need them.
Okay, this is imaginary, but sure.
I know. It's like I'm in perfect health and nothing matters. I do. I'm going to keep those twice baked potatoes because I love them.
Yes.
And you know what? They're good for the heart. But I'm going to take those baked beans too.
Gotcha.
I love corn on the cob. I just don't like messing with corn on the cob.
Yep.
And then fries are like so flexible.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do carrots.
Carrots, okay. Carrots are good.
I love carrots. I call them nature's candy.
Okay.
And really, it's going to come down to the cornbread or the croissant. And those croissant look like bakery good, not like Pillsbury.
Yeah.
Which makes it worse. Like if you'd have thrown them Pillsbury ones over there, like, all right, let's go. The thing is, I'm going to go croissant, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
I love cornbread, but I really only do cornbread with chili.
Fair, yeah.
I think for me personally, I like that flexibility that a croissant offers.
Understandable. You got one more. No, that was 4. Never mind. Only 4. Sorry. Yeah.
Like again on this list with the options you gave me, I could go 9.
Yeah. All right.
On this list, Fred says twice baked potato, corn on the cob, cornbread, and fries.
Good choices.
And I also tried to when putting the image together, I just like, all right, I don't want the corn next to the cornbread. I don't want all the potato things next to one another. You know? Yeah. So I think we've got the the carbs here with the cornbread and the croissants, and we got the beans on top of one another. But I like to think I did okay.
Yeah, I want to see your list because I want to see if there was a side dish. I'm like, I want to put this on mine, but I want to. It's like a popular one. I want to save it for Greg. See if he puts it on.
This I had to go scraping because most of the ones that I would have used, you use, and I don't try not to double up. So here's what I got for you. We have tater tots, a salad, mushrooms. Those are sweet potatoes, rice, mac and cheese, broccoli and cheese or broccoli and cheddar. We have just baked potatoes, asparagus, and coleslaw.
Okay, Greg, why was mashed potatoes not on? Greg,
I don't know.
That's the side dish, Craig. All right. I'm going to have okay, this is going to be, I think, easy for me because there's certain ones. Okay, salad, no. Mushrooms, no. Those automatically go off.
Okay.
Asparagus I've had once in my life.
Really?
Yeah. I wasn't a fan, but I'm sure it's okay if somebody made it right. So I'm just gonna go. Okay, mac and cheese. I'm gonna put on my list because it's mac and cheese, right? Sweet potatoes. I'm actually a big fan of sweet potatoes. I should eat them more, but I don't. But I like them.
How do you like your sweet potatoes, Mike?
With a little bit of cinnamon and sometimes I've done brown sugar on them before, I think, and butter. As far as cooking them though, I think I just microwaved them. I think.
So we do sweet potatoes with pretty decent frequency, like probably maybe once a month, something like that. And I cut them up, and I'll get the butter going on a fair amount of butter. Like this is my grandma's recipe, so there's nothing healthy about it. It's a fair amount of butter. You get them in there, you let them cook, you let them soften for however long it takes. You get that brown sugar in there, and that's it.
Are you talking about like cut them up like a skillet or
in a skillet? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I figured.
So,
all right.
I think you're up to 3.
Nope. Mac and cheese and sweet potatoes. Baked potato is I'll put that on there. Baked potato's good. And then it's gonna be between because coleslaw's out. Broccoli's out. So it's gotta be between rice and tater tots. Rice with soy sauce is good. Plain rice is not, though. I mean, it's fine. It's just plain. It's just okay, But actually, you know what? I used to say that I wasn't a huge fan of tater tots, but I do remember recently. I think maybe it was tater tots. I can't remember, but liking them a little bit more than I remembered. So I'm going to throw tater tots on there.
If I recall, you struggle to cook rice.
I have a rice cooker.
Oh, you do now? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know. We use rice for a foundation for a lot of things, and we use flavored rice. I mean,
Yeah. So you flavored rice. That's different.
Yeah. I mean, I just gave you regular rice, and I apologize for that. But
it is quite all right. Here's the thing. Don't be mad about the rice you gave me. Be mad about the asparagus and the cauliflower and the mushrooms and the salad you gave me.
Well, hold on, because you say that, but Fred's selections on this are all healthy. Mushrooms, asparagus, coleslaw, broccoli.
All the good things I did. I understand. I wish I ate like that. I probably wouldn't have this.
So I remember the first time I had asparagus, I was wasn't daycare. I was at a babysitter's like when I was real young. And I don't remember what I thought about at the time. I probably didn't like it. But we do asparagus here from time to time. But here's how I do asparagus. I take 5 or 6 spears, asparagus spears.
Toss them in the trash.
I wrap them in bacon.
Okay.
And, with toothpicks to hold the bacon in place. And I put them on the grill because that bacon grease gets in there and it makes it much more texture friendly.
Mm-hmm.
Your pea's still going to smell funny. But that's the fun of asparagus.
Yeah.
So, do you want to take a look at your list and
yes,
and make your selections?
Yeah. Let me look at the good list real quick.
Again.
Okay.
You did have the good list.
Here's the thing. I'm with you on this, and it's been probably at least 10 years since I've had them, but I love them. I'm gonna go with twice baked potatoes.
Right.
So good. I'm going to go with fries just for versatility,
They do go with everything.
Yeah. I'm good. Here's the thing. Just simply because you didn't, and it's the one vegetable. Well, there's another vegetable I could like to, but squash isn't that bad. At least the last time someone made it for me, it wasn't that bad. In fact, I made it myself, and it's not that bad. You got to flavor it right, of course. So I got choice baked fizz, fries, squash. Not a fan of green bean casserole. Stuffing.
I do like green bean casserole, and I really like the French fried onions that are on top.
A lot of people like it. The green bean casserole is super popular.
Yeah.
Do I go baked beans or stuffing? Just because I haven't had it in a while, I'm going to go stuffing.
Crazy.
Yeah, I'm going to go wild.
It's so seasonal, so holiday specific.
Yeah, it is. It is.
So, well, that's yeah, you're not wrong. The fries, I mean, whether it's burger, brat, hot dog, steak, you go to a steakhouse, you usually get fries, things like that. So we got some culinary tips from Fred.
Okay.
He says, don't microwave your food. Zaps the nutrients and turns them to mush.
I have heard that. I have. As far as with sweet potatoes, though, it's faster because I guess if I cut them and like the way you do it and I'll try that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fred also says, I just saute sweet potatoes in a pan with a little olive oil, salt, and pepper, lightly blackened. I'm like, no, it's got to be butter and brown sugar. That's about the only. It's grandma's recipe. It's 3 ingredients. It's sweet potatoes. I guess 4. Sweet potatoes, butter, brown sugar, and heat.
Here's the thing. I'm surprised with grandma's recipe. I'm surprised it's not lard.
Oh, come on, man.
No, but that's the old time. That's.
I know, but she went from the country. She's a civilized gal.
Okay. Yes.
And then he also says lion's mane mushrooms in butter, garlic, salt, and pepper, then hit with white wine at the end to rehydrate. Come out like lobster. I looked up what a lion. So I don't like mushrooms. Period.
Good. That's what you shouldn't.
I looked up what the hell a lion's mane mushroom looks like, and it looks like an unnatural monstrosity.
I think I know what it is.
I'm trying to find the right type of file to save. It's not working.
The only time I had mushrooms in college one time, and those were good. But
were they that type of?
I haven't found those since. So
they were a different type of. I think, Mike.
I don't know. I don't ask what kind they were. I was like, okay, I guess I'll eat more vegetables.
So this image that I'm about to put up here is a more domestic version. Like these things apparently grow on like the side of a tree or something, but those there are lion's mane mushrooms. And I'll just be honest with you. You remember Mr. Carter, our biology teacher.
Absolutely.
And he always like, what do you call a mushroom at a party? A fun guy to be with. And not for that joke specifically. But there's something I can't get over the notion of eating a mushroom.
No.
So nothing about it sounds appealing. And Fred says, bet you did Panama Red. Hold on. Google Panama Red.
Probably the healthiest form. That's why he's saying that.
It's I probably shouldn't have Googled that, honestly. Now I feel weird. It's not a mushroom, but it is a plant.
Oh, okay.
So I gotta tell you the 5 or the 4 that I would do for my list. Plain and simple, sweet potatoes, obviously. Baked potato. I do like a salad.
That's fair.
And mac and cheese.
Okay. All right.
So
perfect.
A line from Meet the Parents. Is that that's the Panama Red, I guess. That he's talking about there. So. Fred says with those lion's mane, if you char them, then hit with hot sauce, they're like spicy chicken nuggets. You know what else is like spicy chicken nuggets? Spicy chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
I don't want any imitation. I don't need any impossible meat.
Yeah.
I just like good old fashioned it was alive. Now it's dead, and it's given its life so that people higher up the food chain can enjoy it. Meat.
There you go.
All right, Mike, anything else that we have for tonight?
No, we're good.
We are good. You're the best, man, and I appreciate you greatly.
I try.
I'm going to see if I can't make a little delivery to your home this week. Get you a little something to enjoy maybe for the show next time around.
Okay.
And we thank Fred and Josh and everybody who watches or listens. And, hey, join us when we do these live shows. They're fun. We enjoy them. And, my God, when we do them live, I don't have to, go through and do all the post-production stuff and then upload it away from my internet. So it's just easier for me if you just do it live.
Yeah.
Be part of the conversation online. And so for the co-host of the year, Mike Luther over there, I'm Greg Mahochko. This is Nerds United, a Jittery Monkey podcast. And we remind you to be kind.
And rewind.
This is a production of the Jittery Monkey Podcast Network. For more jittery shenanigans, go to jitterymonkey.com.